It's a very long process. You need patience, dedication. If you have those two, you're gonna make it. It's just a thing of find what makes you wanna keep on pushing, because there's a lot of content that you can do. Okay. But it's the thing of like, what do you really like? It's all self-motivation. If you can't motivate yourself to do something, then content is not something you should. Yeah, because it's a thing of like the views in the beginning. The views are always gonna be low. Okay, you're always gonna struggle. You're gonna find that your video, you are recording a video for 1 hour, but like there's no good audio quality. The sound is bad, so you can't use it. Okay, or maybe the audio is good, but maybe the angle was bad, so you can't use it. So it's a thing of like, how willing are you to try again, to get in the process of going outside again and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, especially.
Hi, this is Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Gamede. It's such a great opportunity to once again be with you and with me today. Allow me to be excited because I am not only with my student, which I lecture at the University of Johannesburg, which is quite exciting for me. But I have a crazy young man who's doing incredible stuff that I thought, let me bring him in Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Gamede, a podcast, so that we can have a conversation. And I'm sure he's going to educate us about what he's doing, why he's doing what he's doing, and what's the future out there and all of that. And with me, I have Valentine, and it's quite the word or your name Valentine aligns perfectly with what you are doing. Hi, Valentine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good afternoon to you too.
It's a great time, and
Definitely.
I'm happy that you have been patient, and waited that we have this conversation. It's great that we are having. And why Valentine? Did you ask your mom why he named you Valentine?
I did, but first of all, thank you for having me here. I've been trying to be on Educate Africa because it's a wonderful place. I see the potential.
I'm happy.
So, back to your question, why Valentine?
What did she say?
I don't think I asked her. Okay. But over the years, because of my actions, I understand why she named me Valentine. I mean,
is it because of the work that we are going to talk about?
Oh, besides the work, in general, me as a person, I'm just a sweet and charming guy. So I was like, it makes sense.
Ladies, he is a sweet guy, but we will talk about how sweet he is as we go along. And did you follow your name as you grew up, or the sweetness just, came naturally?
Hey, funny story, actually. Yeah. Growing up, I didn't like that name.
Serious?
I did not.
Do you have a second name?
No, that's my second name.
Valentine is your second name?
Yes.
So what's your first name?
My first name is Leon.
Leon.
Yeah, that's
that one. That one is.
I like that one because it's like more of a boy name when I was growing up. So when I introduced myself as Valentine to people, like, that's a girl's name. So I was like, so people would judge me. I'm like, okay, I don't like it. But as soon as I grew up, started to develop, with puberty and being a teenager, the girls were looking. I'm like, no, Leon isn't the right name for me now. Let's switch to Valentine. And every time I introduce myself as Valentine, the ladies are,
I want you to remember that your mom is watching, by the way.
Oh, my mom knows.
Your mom will be watching. Your mom will be watching. Okay, so and then you switched to Valentine.
To Valentine.
And how did people that knew you as Leon received this switch?
Wow, funny story. People were like, oh, you're switching yourself to Valentine. I'm like, yes. I mean, for the ladies.
Okay. So
as teenagers now, it's a thing of like, if you're single for too long, it's kind of worrisome. Now if you have you're trying to find ways to, find a partner, they're like, oh, it makes sense. The boys were like, no, it makes sense. The ladies, they even loved it more. So I was like, yeah, Valentine.
Interesting. And how was the reception from ladies?
They loved it.
They loved it.
Because they're used to Tsepiso and whatnot. So Valentine was a new flavor.
Something new.
Yeah, something different.
Okay. Interesting. And then how did you start? Because for viewers, I have to give a background, which again we are going to elaborate on it. You are the most sweetest person, but in a very funny way. Who I have today is an amazing content creator He has so many followers that supports him and support his content creation journey. His content creation kind of aligns with with his word of Valentine. So the word Valentine and you being sweet and being more or less a ladies' man, did it persuade or influence you to get into the type of content creation?
Well, I'd like to believe so.
Okay.
But the main reason why I started doing content, like any other person, because of money, honestly.
Okay.
I was like, ish.
And how did you discover that there is money here?
How did I discover? I grew up watching YouTube. I grew up watching a lot of content creators.
Yes.
We didn't have a lot of TV for like movies and stuff.
Okay.
So like TV was mainly like content creators. So I took inspiration from that. But I tried to like do my own content with something that I like.
And I want us to get to that. What does your content creation look like? Because someone who's watching Educate Africa is not aware of what is your content creation look like. What do you do in your content?
For my content, it's basically a thing of like, I give women flowers. Like I always say, women, before I give them the flower, I say, here's a flower for you, women's appreciation.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm appreciating women because nowadays we don't really have that.
Okay.
I mean,
so where do you give women?
Honestly, everywhere. But thing is now, it's a thing of like, I can't just give women flowers all the time.
Yeah.
People will get bored of it. So I'm like, okay, let's be creative. Let me give couples. Let me disturb a couple.
That's interesting. Disturb a couple. So you mean you find a couple walking at the mall, at the park, anywhere. And then who do you give?
I give the lady. I mean, I'm giving ladies flowers.
And the rich, by the way, I refused. He wanted to bring flowers for me. I refused. I'm not taking flowers from him. And how is the reaction from maybe the husband or the boyfriend when you do that?
It's mixed.
Okay.
Because sometimes you may find that like they're having problems in that relationship. Ooh, so now it's a thing of like, am I making it worse? Because the lady is definitely gonna take the flower. So out of 10, I would say
the ladies. How many ladies have taken?
Maybe you would say 8 out of 10. Then that maybe one will say no, and the other one is the boyfriend telling her no, like, you're my woman, don't take a flower from this guy.
You are not taking flowers from this guy. So these are total strangers that you have just met.
100%.
And so you carry flowers everywhere you go.
Everywhere I go.
So every day is Valentine's Day.
Every day is Valentine's Day for me. Because I'm a share love.
So when you do that, who is taking the content? Who's shooting the content?
Oh, normally I have my friends. I'm the cameraman. I take him a video of whatever he wants to do. So
it's more of a barter trade kind of a thing. Yes. When they want someone to collaborate, you are there for them. When you go and do your crazy stuff, they are there. Yeah. And the funny question that I've wanted, burning question that I've wanted to ask you: have you been slapped while you were doing
No. Hey! Worst case scenario, the only bad thing that has happened so far.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a lady a flower. Then I didn't know the husband was behind. So I'm giving the lady the flower. She's happy. She's smiling, taking the flower.
Yes.
Next thing, the husband comes.
So she was walking alone.
No, not the guy was behind, but I didn't notice. So now it was a thing of like, I don't speak South African languages. I don't understand. I don't even understand when they're swearing. So like he started swearing and like doing aggressive gesture with his hand. That's when I realized, okay, this is bad. So I then apologized and moved on to the next couple.
Did you publish that content?
I did. So and the comments, they were like, the comments were on that guy said, they're like, yo, he should have just hit him something. He should have done something.
Okay, so do you normally? I mean, we are living in a Poppy Act era where there is private information, private protection of information, and so forth. And part of it, you can't film people without their consent. Yes. And how do you go about making sure that at the end of the day you don't get sued for publishing content, especially for someone who wanted to hit you? Yeah.
So it's quite tricky.
Okay.
Because on one hand, I've had situations where like, this is serious. I shouldn't publicize it. But sometimes I do ask the ladies, like, yo, ladies, I took a video of you. Do you mind if I can post it? And most of the time they're happy. They're like, oh, because like the flower gestures, like they're happy.
Yes,
so like now I made you feel happy. You tell me not to post it. It's a bit of, then there are videos where like it's bad, where like the lady keeps on, like she even like texts on WhatsApp. I don't even know where they get my number. WhatsApp, Facebook,
and they say,
Instagram.
Please
they're like,
delete.
Please delete. Then they're obviously in that situation, you have to delete it.
And it must be painful, especially if the video, if the video is trending.
If the video is trending and they tell me to, it's very. I think about it sometimes. I won't lie, I'm guilty. I'll think about it and I'll delete it maybe 2 days later.
Yeah, I see. But I think the nice thing is that you are not doing something bad. No. You are not probably kissing someone's girlfriend or someone's wife on camera. You are not hugging. I've seen content like yours where you find someone hugging someone and someone's girlfriend or someone's wife, which it could create friction, I know, but yours, it's more of, a gesture of love. You are showing a sign of love. And I teach you at the University of Johannesburg, which is also exciting for me. And we are doing media and communication. Yes. Did you choose a media and communication because you had already started content creation?
No. For me, growing up, I've always been a fan of media. I've always wanted to be an actor. I've always wanted to be producing movies behind the screen everywhere. So it was a thing of like, I love being on camera. I have many YouTube channels that have failed in the past because I was doing different type of content. I was trying to find my niche.
Also, we have tried.
I've tried. I think
so. Speaking to a young person who is trying, what would you say?
Well, it's a very long process. You need patience, dedication. If you have those two, you're gonna make it. It's just a thing of find what makes you want to keep on pushing, because there's a lot of content that you can do. But it's the thing of like, what do you really like? And if you like it, stick to it every day, no matter if you get 0 views, 3 views, 100 views, it doesn't matter.
Painful.
It is very painful. But all it takes is one video. If one video blows up, then people actually like, oh, I love this content. That same person is going to keep on coming for the next video that you're going to post.
I see.
And the more people who keep on coming, the more viewers and followers you keep on getting. So your audience get bigger with that.
So are you saying, even to me who's hosting Educate Africa, I should continue? One video is going to blow up. Maybe coming back to, so you always wanted to do media.
I've always wanted to.
You always wanted anything that has to do with film and television.
Yes, definitely.
And that's the reason why you chose the University of Johannesburg.
Yes, I would say yes.
No. You are more than welcome to say, no, I was just dropped by the gate. Then that was the only university that I was accepted in, or, that was the only affordable university. There is nothing wrong with that. How did you get to UJ?
How did I get to UJ? Well,
was it the best university that you chose?
Oh, because being an international student, I faced a lot of pushback, if I should say so. It's a thing of like, people, they look at you like, you want to do content, but no one in your family does content. No one in that side. So like, there's a lot of like people saying, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, no, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. So let me keep on pushing. And lucky enough, UJ accepted me. And so I was very happy. I'm like, okay,
let me go and do this.
This is step one. Now let's move on forward. Where can we take this?
And you spoke of your mom off air, where you said your mom has been supporting. How was the reception from the family when they discovered that you go around giving people flowers? I know our mothers and fathers, brothers, aunts, they will think you are a waste of time. You always go around wasting money, wasting time. What was the reception?
Well, as you said, people do say wasting time and all that. And obviously, I honestly owe it to my mother. She's been the biggest supporter of my life. No matter what I wanted to do, she always supported me. I wanted to do boxing. People thought I was absurd, but my mother supported me. She took me there to the gym every day. I'm like, no.
Crazy.
After a few matches, I'm like, this is not for me. Let me do content. I did content.
She still supported.
And she supported. She's like, that was money. Money is gone. I'm like, no, mother. I'm looking for my passion, and it will bring money. So spend money to make money.
And like, speaking of money, I have seen how how I've heard South Africa challenging the fact that we are not paid for content on TikTok, and I've seen Facebook starting to pay a lot of countries for content creation. How is that for you? How is it going? The monetization is, I know there might be people that you owe that are watching. Yeah, so I'm not going to ask how much are you making, but I'm just going to ask, how is that journey? Are you seeing any fruits?
Yeah, definitely. It's been fruitful.
Okay.
Definitely, because most of the time, I know every 21st of the month, something is coming.
Something is coming so to your account.
Okay, yeah, so let me be happy.
I guess maybe let me give you an opportunity to thank your followers.
Definitely. So to all my followers, especially my mother. My mom is my biggest follower.
So she watches the videos?
She watches the videos. Like no matter how many followers
inspiring.
I have. The biggest follower I have is my mother.
Okay.
She screenshots it, put it on a status for her friends to see. So for me as a son, it makes me happy that my mom supports me no matter what.
Yes.
No matter how many followers I have, I always put my mom at heart.
Moms out there, please support your children. and then who else do you want to do that shout out? I just wanted to give you in the middle of the interview, especially because there are a lot of people who are doing content, and if people follow your content, they are showing some support. Yes, they enjoy the content as well, because it's the other way. It goes both ways.
It does,
and who is also that biggest supporter of your content?
Hey, I would say my little brother.
Oh, okay. Also a little brother.
And the friends that I have,
and
majority.
I'm sure he criticizes.
No,
sometimes.
They laugh.
Okay.
They laugh. They see me giving someone a flower, they just laugh like, wow. How did you get away with this?
Yeah.
Like, no,
and speaking of money, maybe now coming in a little bit, how was it before money started coming in? How was the journey there? How was the whole thing? The challenges?
Yeah, when money was not coming, it was a thing of like, ish. So I need to go to this location to shoot here.
Yes.
How am I gonna get there? It was still.
You wanna go to Senti and find.
So it was kind of tough, but again, my mother, she would like, oh, I only have 50 rand here.
Yeah.
Use this for transport.
Yes.
For food, you
make a plan.
You make a plan.
Yeah,
so
old enough now.
Yeah, I'm old enough. So without the money, it was a thing of like, ish, I have to like really plan hard about how I'm going to execute this and try to avoid having more extra costs.
I see.
So I was working on a tight budget and I tried to make it work still.
Innovative ways. We're living in a content era, and young people are hungry to create content. And I'm very excited for you because you are also studying media and communication, and I have a feeling that you want to major in film and television towards the end of your degree, so that you continue with what you are doing. But there is this young person who's not sure about this content creation and their parents, and I'm one of the parents. And beside Minage, I'm also a career coach, and as part of my work is to look beyond the career now. I look at the career in 15, 20 years. Would you be able to do this? The questions that I ask when I have a career consulting session with a client are deeper than just the excitement. But there is a young person who's considering this. Educate them a little bit about this journey, about this content creation. How has it been for you? What are the struggles? What are the things that they need to be careful about when they're doing content? What is it that has been the inspiration for you to continue even when you have 500 views in the video?
Okay, motivation. Mm-hmm. It's all self-motivation. If you can't motivate yourself to do something, then content is not something you should. Yeah, because it's a thing of like the views in the beginning. The views are always gonna be low.
Okay,
you're always gonna struggle. You're gonna find that your video, you are recording a video for 1 hour, but like there's no good audio quality. The sound is bad, so you can't use it.
Okay,
or maybe the audio is good, but maybe the angle was bad, so you can't use it. So it's a thing of like, how willing are you to try again, to get in the process of going outside again and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, especially with my content. Every time I do content, it's a thing of like, I might actually get slapped by someone, or someone might get offended to the point where like it's now uncomfortable. So it's a thing of like, put yourself out there, keep on doing the content. Motivation, find it within yourself. If you don't feel like it's for you, it's better to stop now than waste your time. Because if you waste your time doing this for too long, maybe 1 hour, maybe 1 year, 2 years doing this, then for you to just give up, you have wasted your time, because you can put that time and energy into something else.
And money sometimes.
And money as well, because now you have to buy a mic, you have to buy a good camera. Sometimes you might even have to hire a cameraman who's going to record you. So it depends on the type of content that you're doing. So that's why it's very important to find your niche very fast, so that you don't end up doing a lot of random stuff, because random stuff, they're not really gonna do well.
Okay. And what are the perceptions out there? I know parents who are watching, they have different perceptions. As I said, I'm one of a parent who has a daughter who's really into this whole content creation and all of that, and she's 10. So what are the perceptions out there? What are the perceptions that you will want to dismantle, that parents, and we will normally have? Some parents will, like I said, they will think it's a waste of time. It's not going to amount to, fruits. What can you say to parents who have kids that are really interested in content creation?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Thank you. So to parents, honestly, they need to realize, like, now we're in the age of content creation. Media is taking over. Technology is getting evolved. So like, it's a thing of like, traditional jobs, sure, they're there, but people are struggling to get those jobs. So it's a thing. So it's better for your child to get into content, find what they love to do, and record themselves. Because at the end of the day, when they are successful in that, it's going to be money. It's going to be fruitful. Brands are going to be coming and saying, "No, we love your personality. Do you mind doing this for us?" Or they can even get other jobs from content creation, because when you present yourself as a brand, it lets bigger brands be like, okay, we love her personality, we love his personality. I think it would be nice if he would wear one of our products, if he would taste or sponsor one of our products. So there's definitely money to be made from this. It's just a thing of partnering with bigger brands and letting them know that, okay, you're here to stay, you're not just a tourist in this industry.
And speaking about that, thank you so much. And speaking about that, I know your journey, especially academically, financially, it's not one that is glamorous, and you have raised that to me as your lecturer and the other lecturers that teaches you. And I love how honest you are with your situation. And I'm sure that you have this zeal in you, which made me really be inspired more, and I had to shift there and there and make this interview happens, because I was inspired by the fact that you are doing this content, you are trying something, as much as you don't come from a background or a family background that financially is probably well off and stuff like that, and you have pointed that out, but it doesn't make you give up. And I think maybe I should be the one who's making this shout out to any brand out there that is willing to collaborate with you, because damn, man, the following is amazing. I must give you your flowers. I must give you your flowers. You have built steady. You have built a huge following. Remind me of the numbers.
Right now, I'm sitting about 300 to 400K followers on all social media.
In all social media combined. And that's sick, man. Today, it's hard. I mean, back in the days, we were following a couple of people. But today, everyone wants to be followed. And I also, for a few minutes, wanted to talk about that struggle. How is it looking like? Because I find it quite disturbing that everyone wants to be followed these days. What is your take? Have you find that challenging in your content creation?
No, for me, no, because It also depends with the circle. My circle, my friends, the people who I associate myself with,
Yes.
they all aspire to be followed, as you said.
Yes,
they all want to set content. They want to do this. So for me, it's like I'm happy because content creation in South Africa, I feel like it's still growing. So like, there's not many content creators out there. So like the little.
You think so?
No, it's not. No way enough compared to like other developed countries like United States of America or UK.
I am feeling the competition, man. I'm feeling the heat. What do you mean we don't have content?
We do not have.
So what do you categorize as content creators? Are you talking about those people that have clean, nice videos, or are you talking about anyone who has a camera?
Okay, let's say people who put in the effort.
Okay.
So which means they're clean. Because you can have a camera and just do random content. But if your content is not really entertaining to other people, like, okay, the best thing you can do, shoot a video of yourself, show it to your friend. If your friend thinks it's funny or it's entertaining, then you're a content creator. Then you can pursue on that.
Okay.
But if your idea is not really engaging, then you know.
So you are saying we don't have many of those people?
Do not have. Because we do. But it's a thing of like, we are not together, we're separated. Like most of the people I associate myself with, they're Nigerian content creators. And I love how every day we're pushing each other. Like, no, did you do a video with this person? You should collaborate and have a video. It's going to blow up. And then now when I look at the space in South Africa, it's a thing of like, it's a small group. It's this group. Like, we're not all together.
And you are now chowing to my question that I was going to ask. What could be your advice to content creators, the ones that you see? What will be your advice as a content creator?
Well, as content creators, I feel like we need to collaborate more.
Okay.
We should look for each other, be like, okay, because now it's a thing of like, YouTube is very dominant in South Africa. I do Facebook mostly.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm not on the radar that much.
Yeah.
I'm only on the radar to people who are on Facebook and like brands that are on Facebook.
Okay.
But we need to collaborate all together. Facebook, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, we need to come together and say, okay, there's a few content creators in this department, they do this and this. Let's work with them. Let's try to find a script and then find the ground. Then we do a video together. And then I feel like that we can share information
working together in collaboration.
Definitely.
And all of that. I think I love that because I have also realized that we also work in silos quite a lot instead of working together. Instead of holding hands and making sure that we are there to support each other, we are mostly working in silos, which sometimes it's quite, yes, some people might not understand your journey, might not understand the vision, but I think having to collaborate makes it, doable because sometimes it is challenging.
It is very challenging, especially when you collaborate with people. You have more exposure now. You're now exposed to their audience. It helps, especially if you're struggling as well. It might actually boost you for you to get more views. So now if people don't want to collaborate, it's quite hard. You might even feel demotivated, like, this influencer, I watch these videos, hoping I could also collaborate with them. And now when you ask for a collaboration, they turn you down. So it's like,
very interesting. And another thing that I was also thinking about coming here to interview you, I was thinking about do people, not only South Africans, people, especially Africans, because this is Educate Africa. So do Africans understand the whole content creation thing, or they feel like you guys don't have anything to do, or they think it's because you're unemployed? What is it? Do you think, in your own perception, do you think they understand what is content creation?
I think we're still learning.
Okay.
We're still learning because normally, the public. Normally, when I post a video, it blows up, right? Especially like the ones where like I hug the woman and spin her around.
Okay.
So they're like, how? These people don't have anything else to do besides giving women flowers. That's what they say. I'm like, how? No, this is content.
Okay.
We do this because it's fun, it's entertaining, and there's actually income from it. So the fact that someone actually is still commenting in 2025, by the way, someone's still commenting, don't you have anything else to do on this? I'm like,
do they comment?
They say that.
To your videos?
Yes. And worse now, because I'm working with other people like from Nigeria and stuff. Because my team mostly it's like we have one guy from Nigeria, one guy who's South African, and I'm Zimbabwean. So it's like when we post videos, right? How the comments are like, how these guys. People are coming from their countries to South Africa to hug our women. So like, no, it's like,
my
so that's where the conversation goes. And imagine when you're trying to grow, they say you comment on, they're supposed to answer the comments. I'm trying to answer their comments. Someone is saying you came from Zimbabwe to hug
our women and stuff like that. Especially in a country like South Africa where there is always this friction between. There's always friction. And I wanted, but I was scared of asking that. How is the response when they on that end? You have now said exactly that they think, these non-South Africans, they just come here to hug our women. They don't have anything to do and all of that. Yet they don't understand that it's just content creation and it's another way of making a living. And with unemployment in South Africa, in many parts of Africa, technology has allowed that we wake up and go to work and come back, and create something. While you're at work, there's something that is making money on the side. And I think as someone who is a graduate employability coordinator at the University of Johannesburg and someone who's a career coach, I do a lot of graduate employability, graduate readiness for the outside world. I think content creation is another way of eradicating the issue of unemployment, especially when it's done correctly. And what support do you think our governments, and I'm talking about Africa, our governments should put or should do to actually support young content creators to actually make money, decent money out of content creation?
Well, for me, honestly, if we had to involve government in it, I've looked at it even goes down deep to why I even started content. Another reason. In South Africa, if we look at it, we have the GBV rate is around 40%, which is very high. And they're saying like around, like maybe the population of women is 30 million, I think so. So they're saying 40% of that, 40% of 30 million
of women
suffers GBV, which is like something I find very, like for me, it's really heartbreaking. And
is that why you decided into?
Yeah, it aligns with those. Because I saw when I was starting content, I gave a woman a flower, and I was like, just good vibes. I was giving her good vibes. Like, here's a flower for you, very beautiful. She started crying. So it's a thing of like, she was crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She's like, no, my boyfriend assaulted me. This and this, you're giving me a flower. Like right now, I'm not in a good space to be surrounded by men. I'm like, no, my sister, I was giving you the flower and whatnot. So that video actually had to stop. I didn't post it. I had to stop it and then actually talk down to this lady and try to help her, try to be a therapist on that day.
Imagine?
So I had to like talk to her.
Because she was crying on the spot.
She was now crying on video. I'm like, So it's a thing of like, I realized, and it's not only that encounter. I've had several encounters where women are like, no, I'm going through something with my whatnot. It's very physical, but like right now I'm not in a good space to do on the video. So I'm like, no, my sister, if you're going through something, please contact this number. I do give them like the number for the helpline and all that stuff.
Yes.
Because for me, honestly, I've seen my mother happy. I've seen like when I see women and they're being happy, it's very motivating as a man. I'm like, okay, this is what I work for. And life is very beautiful.
I didn't see that actually. I looked at your content, what you are doing. I thought there is just only the fun aspect of things, and now you are touching lives.
So I stopped posting the videos where like the people cry, because honestly, imagine you're going through a tough time, then you're recorded while crying, you won't heal.
Yeah, I see. So unless they agree to say, you know what, I was going through a lot, but you can post the video.
I only have one video where like there's a lady crying, because she was like, she actually texted back. She's like, oh, thank you for that day. You helped me a lot. You can actually keep that video online. It's part of my journey.
Yeah,
I was like, I was like, so since there are women out there who are crying, saying, please hear us out, that's why I give them flowers. Like, no, we're appreciating women because we understand you guys go through a lot.
Yeah.
And most of the time, there's no one who's there to help you in the corner. Like, you're all alone. You cry in silence. Like, no, here's a flower for you. If they actually need more help than that, that's when we actually contact, like, maybe maybe an NGO that focus on helping them recover. And please, I just hope GBV comes to an end.
And it's something that we can do. I mean, you have started.
I have started
in a very funny way.
Even though it's very funny,
you are fighting, and I'm sure organizations, companies, and government departments that are interested in fighting, that are really working on the issue of GBV, they can actually align with your content so that they spread the awareness out there and work with you and collaborate with you. But other than that, my brother, I still find the work that we are doing quite funny, quite interesting. Now that we are saying this, I find it very inspirational, and I wish you nothing but the best, man, on this journey. And I'm sure young people or whosoever that is consuming your content, they will be proud to see you sitting down.
Definitely.
Sitting down, because you're always on the streets giving flowers. Now you are sitting down. You are a serious Valentine.
Yes, that's
not the funny Valentine.
The thing. I can be funny. I can also be serious. So it just depends.
And I must say, I've seen his mugs as well. They are very serious mugs, and I think that's the reason why I was open to inviting him to this interview. And whenever he drops, I promise you guys, whenever he drops his mugs, I'm going to take off this video online. But I'm sure I've seen that he's a hardworking man, and how we met is also saying that he's a very hardworking young man, and I'm inspired, man. Your last word, your last word. The camera is yours. Your last word, man.
Honestly, if I had to say anything inspirational to anyone who wants to start content, start now.
Okay.
Don't wait for anything. No matter how bad the quality is, just get into it. Try to get used to being on camera. Try to get used to recording, editing, and everything. Because if you don't, you might miss out on the boat. Because now content creation is still new, it's still growing.
Okay.
It's better to get onto it now while it's still developing, so that when it's fully developed, you'll be someone with a name, someone who people know. So definitely. And also to all the ladies, please, if you're going through something, contact someone. Don't suffer in silence.
I see.
To all the NGOs.
Valentine is here to give you flowers.
If you're going through something, you can literally just wait for me at any mall. I'll be there and I'll give you a flower. And lastly, to any government or NGOs or any of that's focused on supporting women, please let us pull up our socks
and
work together, because still, even though we're trying to help fix the situation, there's still many more women who are suffering in silence, and the quicker we can respond to this and help them out, the better we can all have like a diversified and free nation.
Now you have heard from Valentine. He's man of many talents, and I'm sure that you are going to take that one serious. And it goes to the issue of making sure that as much as you are a content creator, make sure that your content doesn't destroy your brand, doesn't destroy who you are. You are young, you might be 20, but imagine yourself at 45. Would you be proud of the content that you are creating? If you are not going to be proud with the content that you are currently creating, I think you might need to find a niche, because I am just imagining you as the MEC, as the minister. Would people take you serious? Would people still be like, oh, that was fun, those were the days? Or will people be offended that you are now in office and all of this? So I think with content creation, it comes with responsibility. So, and here at Educate Africa, we are all about educating you and making sure that as you go out there creating content, but you are also a responsible content creator. It is Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Gamede. It is such an honor that you are always here. Make sure that you do subscribe to his content, and make sure that you follow Leon Valentine on social media. I am going to drop his social media links or social media platforms below above this video, and make sure that you are there supporting, but make sure that you tell a friend to join Educate Africa with Dr. Sanele Gamede. See you on the next episode.